Hi, Bob Lyman here, author of Stretching for Musicians. It was printed out in 1989, copyrighted, but feel free to give them away. I'm just doing this to help people. I've used it since then. I'm retired, so I'm old and I can still play, so it helps a lot. These are all adapted from yoga poses. So you would hold these stretches anywhere from 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, whatever is comfortable for you. You never want to strain or force. You just want to get a nice stretch. You want to do it when your hands are warmed up. You don't want to do it with, say, coming out of the cold in the winter. But if you do have to do it, run your hands under warm to hot water. And so you really feel the circulation there. And it's always good just move them around. You put your hands out here like this and just open and close your fist, turn them the other way, just to get them. Shake them out. Make sure you have plenty of circulation before you do any kind of stretching. You can move your arms, move them across, just get some blood flowing if you need to. So right now I'll show you the finger stretch. Basically this is a backward bend. That would be in yoga. These fingers here go down like this. This one goes back. Can't hold it for what you feel comfortable. You'll do it on all fingers. Your thumbs will be a different stretch, which I'll demonstrate later. Then the same thing here, I push my fingers back and pull my thumb down, so I do the reverse. There's the counter pose, backward bend to forward bend. However you'd like to look at it. Another pose we'd want to do is stretching. Want this here. So we take the hand like this and stretch. Again, hold. Breathe throughout the stretching helps too, just like in yoga. You just always stretch these fingers, do of course both hands and all that, and it's a great stretch. It makes a big difference. Here's one you want to be careful with. You don't want to hyperextend too much. You know, as a guitar player, you're constantly going to be putting this thumb or this finger in hyperextension. Some people might want to avoid it. It just works for me. I need to do it, and I do it. So here's the pinky. I hyperextend here. Hold. Notice how I'm not doing it with my finger straight. I'm bending it and keeping it loose. This is very loose. It should be. And then do that. And of course, the counter pose to that is crunching the finger together like this. And you can pull it back. Pull it this way, like that. And you get a nice stretch. So you're pulling these fingers down too and towards your palm. I'll just demonstrate on the other side. Same thing. I'm hyperextending there, but be careful. Some people may not be good for. When in doubt, don't do it. Feel free to ask any questions or find someone else who you can ask. Then here, of course, you can always ask your doctor. And then pushing this in, then I'm going to pull it back, and these fingers will go down. I'm going to be stretching down. And now the thumbs, you can do each thumb. I do one at a time. I come in and down with this finger more, so I get a nice stretch for my thumb. And this stretch is a dual stretch for your thumb, so you're going to be pulling your thumb back with this way and away from the back of your hand. So it's a side and back stretch at the same time, pulling back and going to the side. I like to move my hands when I do this. I want to feel that thumb get a great stretch. So those are basic ones for your hands. There are others you can fool with. Some of the ones I used to do, don't do them that often, where you crisscross your fingers. And again, you could go like this. Then you do the opposite with the pinkies on top. And again, you stretch, and you can do that for your other fingers if you want. I haven't done them in a while, but they are very effective if you have a problem that these will be useful for. So we're going to work on the elbow joint. A good one for this is to rotate. Now you want to hold this joint. You don't want to be moving the joint when you do this. Hold at the joint, rotate. I keep my hand straight, try to get the thumb down, and then I'll do the opposite side. And I also like to do this with it. I like to move my fist. Make a fist, splay the fingers out, make a fist, splay them out. Then the other side, same thing. Fist, splay them out. Make a fist, splay them out. You can do it this way too. Make a fist, splay them here. Whatever works for you. You just want to feel that's for your elbow. And here's a useful thing. I use one of these TheraBands. You can use rolled up washcloth towel, dish towel, whatever. And you put it in between here. It's like the pose where people sit with their calves underneath their thighs. They do this, put it through there to open the joint. This is a great one for opening up your elbow joint. And from here, another useful one. And this one is, again, one you might want to avoid. You got to be careful. You don't use a lot of force. I'm going to support my elbow here and just gently go this way. This is gentle, but does make a difference for some people. I'm just demonstrating it. When in doubt, don't do it. Ask your doctor. And from here, what I also like to do, what's my train of thought there? We did that one, is this. Go here, have your palms together. Now you're going to walk into a wall. So you're walking to that wall. Now you don't want to hyperextend your elbow with this either. Maybe a degree might be okay, but again, if you're in doubt. But that's a powerful one. I got that from the old locust pose where you lie on your stomach, you put your hands like this. And back then I actually probably was hyperextending some. I don't do that now. But for people who have problems, you've got tight elbows or whatever, it's a great way to eliminate those problems. So from there, want to do your shoulders, especially, guitar players, violinists, bassists. Same thing, you can do shoulder shrugs. You can do one at a time also, try to move your head to your shoulder. Another one you might want to do is shoulder rolls, go up, back, down. This is one is a good one to do, and you can do the reverse if you want. Most people don't need this as much because a lot of people have hunched over shoulders. You don't want that. And for our neck, I'm going to rotate it so you keep your chin level and rotate. If you'd like, you can put the one hand here and one hand here and gently stretch. Do the same thing on the other side. So the back of my hand is here on my chin. The other one goes behind my head and I gently stretch. A very effective one. You always want to have a nice curve in your back. Ideally, your middle of your ear would be in line with your shoulder. A lot of people don't have that though. Their heads come forward. So this is good to do. I like just to keep my hands there for no reason other than just I know that I'm lifting from the back. So for my back, what I'm doing is keeping my chin straight, pulling up, stretching. It's called a neck retraction. And you can do that a few times. And from there, you can keep your neck lifted and long and go backwards as such. If you want a little more stretch, you can put your hands in this position under your chin and just very gently go back. Again, be careful if you have any kind of problems. If you start to feel dizzy or something, you definitely don't want to cut off circulation to your brain. Again, when in doubt, don't do it. So there's some good stretches for the neck. We'll do some more for the shoulders. This one here, arms come up, palms together. Try to get your upper arms to your ears. And then what you can do from there is this kind of a stretch where you're clasping the palms together and pulling back. Same thing again. Reverse the position of your hands. Come back. And then there's the standard stretch from yoga where you come straight up with your arms so your elbows pointing forward and then pull back and hold it for what you feel comfortable. So you get a nice stretch in the shoulder blades. And another stretch to do is this one. This one is with your palm facing forward, and then you can work your elbow away from your back. If you want more intensity, you can bring it in more, elbow away from your back. There's another good one to do. It's usually done with your hands, palms together. I don't do it that way. I keep them open. I have very tight shoulders. So again, try to keep your neck lengthened. Pull that neck up and then stretch back like this, and you can gently side to side. So those are some stretches, and I'm sure you can come up with a lot of ones for yourself also. So one thing I want to demonstrate is trigger point therapy.